Yeah, I feel good. I feel actually really, really good. Actually, I'm ready to go for the season. It's a long season. I get lots of touches, but I feel really good, ready to go, man.
How frustrating was it? I mean, last year's camp, of course, you missed a lot of it. Now you had to miss a bit again. Were you frustrating? Or?
No, I wasn't frustrated. It was good. I went through camp, did quite a few practices, I thought, and it was good. That's exactly what I needed. Just to get to go through camp and to make sure my eyes are right, to get some hits under the belt, and it's exactly what I needed. I think that's going to allow me to start a little bit faster this year, especially with offensive line. Us getting to a nice groove. What's up,
It's
buddy?
my dog right
What's
here.
up,
It's
baby?
my dog.
Get into a nice groove with offensive line in training camp, so that week one starts, we can just get it rolling. So no, it was good.
How do you top last year personally?
I mean, I just keep thinking about a Grey Cup, man. I mean, when you asked me that question, my mind instantly went to that last game in Vancouver. So how do we top last season? How do I top last season? It's finishing it this year. Finishing it in the Grey Cup, the last game of the season, making sure we all come out here and handle business. So that's kind of my main focus heading into this season.
I was wondering if you guys are going to talk about that much. I mean, tickets for it went on sale today, general tickets, and there's going to be reminders of it all year long, right around town as they set up for it. You guys don't mind talking about it? You don't need to block it out. That
No, I think it's amazing, man. I think it's amazing for the city. I think Winnipeggers are extremely excited. Manitobans, it's going to be great for our market, great for our economy. So I think it's awesome, man. I'm stoked for it. It's going to be a week filled with activities for the city, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
I missed the first minute. Were you asked about being the number one player in the CFL?
No. How you doing, though, man?
Good. How are you doing?
I haven't seen you since Bali.
I know.
Yeah,
It's a little different here.
There we go.
How'd you find out that you were voted number one on that list?
This guy right here, Darren, Mr. Darren Cameron, kind of gave me the heads up about it. So, yeah, exciting. It was quite an honor. Like I said when I talked to John about it, it was, it really just shows the guys that I'm surrounded with every single week. I get to come to work with amazing guys. I have an incredible offensive line that I get to run behind every single week. I mean, they make my job really easy. Um, you know, Last season, Buck, I think, put us in great positions to succeed. I mean, I got the ball quite a bit in his offense, so I think that all allowed me to get that honor. But I mean, when I say me, it's definitely all of us. It's this entire team, this entire offense, especially. Without them, it's not possible. So.
You put a lot of pressure on yourself, obviously, but I mean, when you're the reigning MOP, hometown kid playing for your hometown team, ranked number one in this poll, like, is that a lot of pressure, or do you try not to think about that stuff, or you do think about it, or how you just kind of embrace that, or yeah?
No pressure.
No.
No, man. I'm just gonna, dude. I have so much fun playing this game. I still play this game because I just genuinely have fun playing with it. I have fun coming to work. I love the process of it. I love game planning throughout the week in meetings with the O-line and talking to the quarterbacks and talking to Jay, working with him. I love the process of it. And then coming out here and just having good practices and then just executing on game day. I think if you do all those things right, good things happen on game day. And I just like coming out here and having fun with my boys. So I'm just gonna come out here and continue to be who I am. I'm not going to change anything. It's, I think, what has got me to where I am today. And yeah, that all those honors and recognition has been great. But I'm just keep doing what I'm doing.
One guy you might be running behind this year is Micah Vanderpool, who we just saw. Obviously, he's very shy, but what kind of teammate is he, and what does he bring to the field, do you think?
Yeah, as you can see, he's got a lot of energy, which is great. You need that, especially through the course of a game. It can become a grind, right? So if you have guys that can kind of boost your energy, I'm not a rah-rah guy, but it is good to have some of those people there to kind of boost the morale for the team. So Mike has been great. He had an incredible camp. He is a big dude, which I prefer, obviously, running behind. He's very physical, which he fits the blueprint of this offense. This is the offensive line is the backbone of this team. The way they go is how we go. So I'm excited for Micah for this season and ready to get it rolling.
Has someone said to you along the way, hey, you can't go to the Grey Cup every year?
Yeah, it's pretty surreal, I guess. And ever since I got into this league, it's all I know is going into Grey Cups, which is pretty bizarre. People probably play this game 10 years in the CFL and don't even go to one. So I've been very blessed, obviously, to be able to go to a Grey Cup every single year. Obviously, got to be real, it's probably going to end eventually. You know, do I play 10 years and go to 10 straight Grey Cups? I don't know. I mean, I guess only time will tell. But I've been very, very fortunate. I mean, I came in, I got drafted to, you know, into the perfect situation. You know, coming here, being able to learn behind a guy, and then now, you know, this is my time, and it's really worked out. So
What's it been like watching Quentin Cooley have his early success that he's had?
incredible. You know, the guy works really hard. Ever since I met him when we first started training camp, he was just a really good dude. He was a really good dude in the meeting. So it's easy to cheer for guys that are good people, you know. So seeing him have success here on the field at practice and going into preseason games and making the most of his opportunities, I was really pumped to see that. I was really excited. So really happy for him.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like all of you guys want to play the same way. You want to just hurt defensive players.
Yeah, that's how we play here. You know, like I said, the offensive line is the backbone of this team, and you know they you know preach being the most physical unit every single play, every single week, every single day. So you need a back to be on the same page as them, right? So it's you know, you're never going to shy away from contact. You're never going to step out of bounds. You're going to be the hammer, not the nail. You're going to deliver the blow. So you need backs like that in this offense, and that's how my game is. And yeah, it's a fun way to play. I think that's how you're supposed to play this game of football, is at the most physical that you can.
Do you have a sense of how this offense compares to last year?
I'm looking forward to just getting started. I think Jay is, without saying too much, I mean, we're doing a lot of good things. I'll say that as an offense. Obviously, having Dalton back is huge, and you know, obviously him and Zach have great chemistry. But looking at week one, really excited to have me and Strev back there, and it'll be exciting. It'll be a lot of fun to watch. I'll say that.
And on a bit of a sad note here, you had a tough day yesterday and the last few days. So just some thoughts on losing Stu.
Yeah, yesterday was tough. Just sitting in that room, and it's unfortunate. You know, you see so many familiar faces there, and it sucks that an event like that has to bring everyone together. But you see the amount of people that showed up to his service, his celebration of life, and you realize how much of an impact that he had, not just on his athletes, like his football players, but like students and his colleagues, and just, you know, every encounter that he had, it was a special one, you know, with Nixon. So he was more than a football coach to me. He did a lot. You know, I went through a lot, obviously, you know, growing up and through my high school days, and he was always there supporting me, and he was more than a coach. So he'll be truly missed, and just thinking about him and his family.
Is there a moment with him that stands out for you?
Yeah, there's many moments, but I think the one moment that always comes to my mind is, you know, if I ever needed a place to go, I could always go to his house and you know, chat with him about what's going on in my household personally, and I would always go there for dinners. He'd always have me there over for dinner with his family. So just like I said, he was more than a football coach to me.
Thanks, Brady.